Hello, sweet little friends. Welcome to our channel. Here, we share fun and magical stories just for you. If you like our stories, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Today, we have a super exciting story for you. Are you ready? Let's go.
In a calm, green forest lived a playful white bunny named Poppy. With long ears and sparkling eyes, Poppy would always gaze up at the sky and wonder, could I ever go up there, to where the stars shine? At night, he would sleep beside his mother in their cozy burrow, but always before sleeping, he'd stare at the moon and sigh. One bright night, Poppy whispered, "One day, I'll go to space, even if it takes 1,000 carrots." His mother smiled and said, "That's a beautiful dream, Poppy, but you'll have to work hard. No bunny has ever been to space." Poppy replied, "Then I'll be the first one." The next morning, Poppy headed to the forest library. The wise old owl, the librarian, looked at him and said, "Hello, little one. What are you looking for?" "I want to know how I can go to space," said Poppy. The owl chuckled, pulled out a thick book from the shelf and said, "This has everything about stars, rockets, and astronauts." Poppy spent the whole day under the oak tree reading, sketching spaceships, and taking notes. He realized he had to learn a lot: physics, building, and even fitness. Taking a deep breath, he said, "All right. I'm starting today." From that day on, Poppy woke up early, ran, jumped, and practiced balancing with his long ears. The other forest animals watched in amazement. The fox asked, "Hey Poppy, are you training for a jumping contest?" "Nope," Poppy said. "I'm training for space." The fox laughed, "You? With those big ears?" Poppy smiled, "These ears will help me hear the stars better." And he kept training, because he knew chasing a dream sometimes means facing laughter and doubt. Poppy realized he couldn't build a spaceship alone. So he asked his friends for help. A clever squirrel, a kind turtle, and a tiny bird named Tiki agreed to join him. "I'll design the blueprint," said the squirrel. "I've got tools and I can help build," said the turtle. "I'll fly above and guide you," said Tiki. With excitement in his voice, Poppy said, "Together, we'll build the world's best bunny spaceship." And so, a small but energetic team was born. They chose a corner of the forest as their workshop. The squirrel built the body with strong twigs and leaves. The turtle installed the gears carefully. Tiki guided from above. Poppy even designed the engine from an old fan. It wasn't easy. Tools fell. Parts broke. But no one gave up. One day the turtle said, "Even if we don't fly, learning and building is its own adventure." Poppy smiled. "But we will fly. I can feel it." Finally, after days of work, the small wooden spaceship was ready. Forest animals gathered for the first test launch. Poppy climbed aboard in a homemade flying suit and shouted, "3, 2, 1, launch." The ship wobbled, rose half a meter, and with a loud thunk, fell back down. The animals gasped. Poppy peeked out and said, "That was great. We just need a few tweaks." Everyone laughed, but Poppy smiled and said, "Failure is just one step. Not the end." After the crash, the ship cracked, and the wooden engine broke. Poppy sat sadly and stared at the sky. Tiki came and said, "Remember you said you'd keep going, even if it took 1,000 carrots?" Poppy gave a small smile. "Yeah, it's just hard sometimes." The turtle said, "We're here to help rebuild. This time, stronger." Poppy stood up, dusted off, and said, "All right. This one will take us to the moon." That night, Poppy sat under the moonlight, gazing at the sky. Suddenly, a shooting star zipped past. "That's it," he shouted. "We'll use light energy." The next morning, he explained to his friends that they needed solar wings. The squirrel made shiny reflective panels from mirror-like leaves. Tiki adjusted them with twigs. The ship gleamed like silver. "With moonlight and bright hearts, we'll reach the sky," said Poppy. The big day came. Poppy went to say goodbye to his mom. She had tears in her eyes. "You're so brave, Poppy. But don't forget to keep your heart warm." He hugged her. I promise I'll come back, with star stories. His friends gathered around the ship. Birds sang. All the forest animals shouted, "Poppy, fly to the moon." Everything was ready, the solar engine, the wings, the hand-steering system, and a heart full of hope. Poppy shouted, 3, 2, 1, let's go. This time, the ship lifted off, higher and higher, past the trees, through the clouds, and into the sky Poppy always dreamed of. He looked out the window. The green forest was now a tiny spot below. His heart fluttered, and smiled. Poppy floated in zero gravity. There was no sound, just light, silence, and stars sparkling close by. He pulled out his notebook and wrote, "Here, everything is silent, but my heart is full of sound. Joy, friendship." Through the top window, he saw the moon, white and soft, just like a frosty carrot. Poppy pressed the landing button. The ship gently touched the moon's surface. The soil was soft. The sky dark and starry. He stepped out, planted a flag he drew himself, with a carrot and bunny ears, and shouted, "On behalf of all bunnies, we claim this moon." His voice echoed in the moon's silence. He walked around, collected samples, took pictures, and pulled out a dried carrot from his bag. "This," he said, "is the first carrot ever on the moon." Then he looked toward Earth and said, "Believe in your friends. Believe in yourself. Even the smallest ones can do big things." It was time to go. Poppy climbed aboard and activated the return path. The ship gently lifted off the moon, past stars, and headed for Earth. As the green forest appeared below, his heart beat faster. He missed bird songs, wind through trees, nothing was like home. When Poppy landed, the animals cheered with streamers, golden carrots, and happy songs. His mom hugged him tightly, "You're no longer just Poppy, you're Poppy the astronaut." Poppy laughed, "But I still love carrots." That night, they all sat around a fire, and Poppy told them stories of stars and moons, a story that started with a dream and came true with hope.
Alright, little friends, our story is over. Thank you for being with us. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel. Until the next story, take care and keep smiling. Goodbye.